Hi then Blues, welcome back to Blue Moon Rising TV. As I'm sure you all know, City were beaten 2-1 at the Etihad yesterday. And I brought in Alex and Walter to help us dissect that result and the other results of the weekend. Let's see how we feel at the end of this. Will we feel a little bit better with Walter? Will Alex bring us crashing down to earth? Gents, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Why do I have to be the bad guy?
Good cop, bad cop. Walter's got to be good cop. Let's get going, guys. The subject of the video is the league still on for City, or is the title race over for Manchester City? Walter, go for it.
I'd say just absolutely not. I mean, we're 6 points behind Leicester, and Leicester have got all this pressure that's got to just sort of come down from above and sort of land on top of them. This was the first time they were favourites and they ended up losing the game. So would I say we've lost it? No. We've got Arsenal, who are notorious bottlers, and then we've got Tottenham, who, in the famous words of Alex Ferguson, are Tottenham. So to actually sort of say that we're out of the title race, we've got numerous games, 11 games to go, is it? And it's 6 points behind. I'm glad that the players don't have the attitude of we might be out of it, because we've all got everything to battle and fight for. And I would definitely say, instead of getting knee-jerky and just sort of with no chance after every loss, we've got to look around us and see what the other results are coming in. And we're 6 points behind. That's all. So is it over? Not a chance.
Alex, we've been in positions like this before, and as we know all too well, we've come out of it all right. But I get the feeling at the moment it doesn't feel like we're on the verge of going on an 11 string of wins, 11 wins in a row. What do you think?
Well, look, with City, we've been in this position before. You can never say never with City. I mean, if anyone's going to pull it out of the bag on history, it's us. But what I'd say with us is, out of the title race, definitely not. Out of our hands, maybe. Leicester haven't got any of the big teams really left to play. Tottenham have got a fairly straightforward run in. On form in the league, to say that we're going to go on an 11-game run, I'm not convinced. I think we're going to have to rely, well, factually, we are going to have to rely on Leicester losing at least twice and Spurs losing at least twice. I think that will probably happen. I think it would be for Leicester City to go and beat City, beat Liverpool, fight to Arsenal to the end, and then go to Villa next week and get beaten or wherever. I don't know where Leicester are playing. I could see them dropping points. And I think it's City now to show a little bit of class, show a little bit of ruthlessness, go out, grind games out, and actually go and earn the points that we know we can get. We know we're capable of. We've still got the best squad. Silva's coming back. Kompany's coming back. Aguero's coming back. We've got the squad to do this. Will we? I don't know, but I'm not giving up just yet.
Okay, right. Walter, let's talk about yesterday's game a little bit then, and where does that put us now? I spoke to you before. I know some of your feelings on this subject. Let us all feel a little bit better about losing to Tottenham. Go for it.
Well, one of the things I did find was that I thought when we went the goal down, City started really, you could sort of see the old City sort of coming back into it. They were fighting for every ball and being there and getting to it. At the end of the day, I'm not going to dress it up. We was robbed. Clattenburg was just absolutely a disgrace yesterday for giving that penalty. He just guessed at it. I mean, the fact that their goal also came when Aguero was flagged offside when he was onside annoyed me as well. So, I mean, I was looking at it, I thought Joe Hart had three things to do in that game. He had one save to make and he had to pick the ball up twice out the back of his net. That was it. I didn't think Tottenham offered a great deal. I mean, I was listening to Sky and they were talking about Tottenham's domination, and people might say I'm wearing blue-tinted spectacles, and maybe I am, but I thought we weren't that bad at all. I thought we had the better chances. I thought Aguero was off form yesterday, and I thought if he'd have brought his A game to that, his normal Tottenham game to the Tottenham game, as it were, we'd have won that game easy. There was the ball, when it went flying up in the air when Yaya had the strike, and you'd have put your mortgage on it there. Aguero would just be hitting the target, and he just fluffed his lines. So I didn't think there was a massive sort of ball of negativity about that game. And I just thought that City were, in many ways, unlucky. I mean, Clattenburg, he's the guy that gave the offside decisions to Tottenham at the game at White Hart Lane. I mean, I can't stand the bloke.
Yeah, in case we didn't guess that already, Walter's not the biggest fan of Mark Clattenburg.
Liam and Wayne Rooney share the same hairdresser, don't they? I can't stand either of them.
I think somebody said at the weekend, it might have been Mike Burnett, said that when Clattenburg's there, it's the Clattenburg show. And he just wants to make it all about himself.
I could just imagine him watching Match of the Day, and most people would be embarrassed about that performance, but he'd have been sat there with like a jar of peanut butter and a spoon and in his underpants, absolutely loving the fact that they're all talking about him. Egocentric is the word I'd be looking for when it comes to Clattenburg, and that's been polite.
Okay, and there's some X-rated images there to boot as well. Alex, Kelechi Iheanacho was one of the few shining lights from yesterday's game. Do you think that if we are going to get anywhere, he could have a role to play in the next 11 or so, the games until the end of the season?
Yes and no. I think Kelechi Iheanacho could definitely have a role to play. What I like about Kelechi is he seems completely unfazed by what's going on around him. He just plays his own game, and I think for someone so young who's got quite a lot of pressure put on him, he's the second choice striker now at a Champions League club. I think that he's got it in the bag. Should we expect it of him? I don't think so, because he is so young and he has got a lot to learn, a lot to show. I think he can. I'd love to see him get a couple of goals. I think it'd be so Hollywood. What a start to his career for him to score the winning goal on the last day of the season. But we shouldn't expect anything of Kelechi Iheanacho, and I think we need to be careful there that we don't put too much pressure on a young lad, because we've got so much talent in the squad. And actually, we should look into the players that didn't perform yesterday. David Silva's coming back from injury and so on. The Yaya Tourés, the players that earn that super big money, that have got those big reputations, those are the ones that we should be turning to say, well, why aren't we in the top four? Why aren't we favourites of the league? Because you're getting paid £200,000 a week, Yaya Touré. You could buy Jamie Vardy's house. Okay,
I think there's a few points there as well to pick up on. I think I agree with you that we shouldn't overload pressure on a player, and there should be the other players there willing to be the game changers for these games. But as it doesn't seem to be really happening, I think Yaya had one of his better games actually yesterday. I might get crucified for saying that, but I think he played all right. He got stuck into the challenges. Probably could have had 2 yellows actually, to be fair. But at least it shows that he was getting stuck in. When you look at Tottenham, though, and we say about not throwing youngsters in, I mean, some youngsters thrive on being thrown in the deep end. And you look at Dele Alli and, Harry Kane to an extent last season. I think he's not that young now. He's 22, is he? And Sterling as well. He's been playing at the top level for a couple of seasons. I think Kelechi, with his attitude, I think if we throw in the deep end, I think he'll swim. I don't think he'll sink. What do you think, Walter?
Well, you're talking about changing the system then to play at 4-4-2. I like him coming off the bench. I've seen him start games like at Sunderland, and I don't think he has that same impact. Yeah. I mean, I like the fact he's actually gone under the radar. If you compare him to the hype surrounded even the likes of Memphis Depay when he got signed, Iheanacho's a far superior player, but he hasn't had that weight quite put on his shoulders just yet. I'd like to see him come off. I'd like to see him be a super sub.
I read recently somewhere that Kelechi Iheanacho is actually Sergio Aguero's best strike partner throughout his time at City in terms of number of assists, chances turned into goals. And admittedly, that must be only on, 10 games. But it's really nice to actually see that Kelechi seems to have hit the ground running and has linked up with Sergio Aguero so easily, so well, to live up with the likes of his partnership with Tevez on Negredo. And that's what's really exciting, I think, is that, like I said before, he's a player who can come in and hit the ground running, but we shouldn't expect him to. Let's nurture him. Let's hope he does. We shouldn't be relying on him. And you mentioned there that Yaya Touré played all right yesterday. But for me, Yaya Touré should be playing great. And I don't think it's unfair to expect that of him, especially as it's time to pull his finger out, because it's the first time all season that he's actually looked all right to me.
To look to the other side of the pitch for a second, we can't really talk about yesterday's game without looking at Vincent Kompany, because not even in just that game, him coming back, playing 90 minutes, possibly, hopefully going to go injury-free for the rest of the season. How important would that be if we are going to maintain a title push?
I think if he stays injury-free, I think that gives us the biggest chance of winning the league. He hit the ground running yesterday, I thought. I mean, he still looks incredibly fit. What he also does is he marshals that defence, but he also puts his body on the line. And I noticed that a few times yesterday. I was a little bit worried because of that old calf, but it didn't seem to bother him. And if it doesn't bother him, it doesn't bother me, if you know what I mean. So I thought if he can stay fit, I think that's our best chance of picking up silverware this season. I thought we were far more solid at the back. and reduce, let's face it, Tottenham to not many chances.
Yeah, that's true. I think we also need to look at, I think I know what you guys are going to say about this, but is there any chance or any risk whatsoever of Manchester City dropping out of the top 4 this season?
Well, when you look at United in 5th, no.
End the video. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? They are in the doldrums right now, aren't they? And I can't see them. Their confidence, however bad we feel, and I know you don't feel that bad, but however bad we feel, United feel much worse. They are in disastrous, murky waters at the moment, aren't they, Alex?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think what's going on at City is a fraction of what's going on at United. I think Leicester and Tottenham, I'll tell you what, if I'd said that at the start of the season, that Leicester and Tottenham look like shoo-ins for the top 4, I've been laughed out the joint. But it looks like Arsenal, I'd say, are pretty solid. And I think the best of the rest, City aren't confirmed yet, but I'd be amazed if we didn't make top 4. Because like you say, look at who we're competing with. Liverpool, come on, really? United, they're falling to pieces. Then you start to look at your Evertons and your Stokes and no chance. City will be top 4.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's end that on a definite positive there then. Thanks for helping out today, guys, bringing a smile to my face a little bit there. Remember, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a like. Comment below, where do you think City will finish? Can we pip our challengers to the title again? It would be very City-like. So leave a comment with your thoughts on that. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and the 3 of us will see you very soon.